Good morning. This is my first time live on YouTube, my friend. I'm super excited for you. If you are just watching this replay, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future live videos. What is a realistic time frame to have a profitable online business? And this is how we made our first $100,000 in 3 days. Okay. Disclaimer, results vary based on your actions and um your work ethic. So I don't know where your work ethic is, but if you work hard and you grind like I do, then it could definitely be possible. Okay, so let me back up. About 2 years ago, okay, about 2 years ago is when this actually happened. And it was during it was right after the pandemic had happened, and I had been working on ClickFunnels, and I had been learning and developing for almost 6 years, okay, of trying to figure out this online space and being distracted a lot of the time as shiny object syndrome, like, oh, let me go sell that, oh, let me go sell this. Okay, with you guys jumping on right now, go ahead and put in the comments where you're watching in from. I'd love to see how far my message is reaching. This is day 7 of 67 steps with Ty Lopez, frameworks, the guidelines to help better your life. Okay, these are the things that we have to have in our life. And so I started over 6 years ago trying to learn the online space because I was running a photography franchise studio at age 2 across the country, selling family pictures. I did not want to sell anymore. I wanted the automated lifestyle, which is I pretty much live nowadays where I only have to work like 6 hours a week or more to make a decent amount of income. Okay, so what happened is I was reaching out to people that I knew that had a big YouTube channel about 6 years ago. And one of them was actually my buddy and had a big YouTube channel that he had been working on for years. Okay. He had been working a couple of years and he developed this big channel. And I was like, hey, dude, well, with all that traffic, with all those people, all you need is a sales funnel and you can start making a lot of freaking money. And he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. And then during the pandemic, when I had finally actually met my business partner, David J. Woodbury, who you guys should know. If you guys don't know him, he is the #1 affiliate for Ty Lopez. And so that's kind of how him and I met during the pandemic. Anyways, my buddy of mine calls me. He says, hey, dude, I think I'm actually ready for the sales funnel thing that you got going on. I'm making sales. He was selling a $2,000 crypto course online to people. And so I was like, yeah, dude, absolutely. Let's set this up. So we get him a bunch of videos. Okay. We make a sales video about him talking about how he went from his basement to a multimillionaire in cryptocurrency. And that when you buy the trainings from him, you get to learn step by step and see exactly how he did it. Okay. And then we launched this $2,000 course on his YouTube channel with YouTube ads. And in the first 3 days, we made over $100,000 in sales because we just did some basic retargeting and went through. Now, the time frame for this is years in the making. Okay. But it took years to build the following and the traffic to be able to be like, hey, come buy my thing. And we had a very successful launch. Now you can make a lot more money in a lot shorter time in the online world if you follow basic principles, right? And that's what we're going to go over here. And the majority of the reason why people don't ever make it to this point, they don't ever make it to a big weekend or a big month, 50K plus a month, is because they give themselves an unrealistic time frame because of what we call the media biased. Okay. The media bias was where they make everything sound like it happens overnight, right? Like with health, you only see the person like, oh, hey, look, I took this pill or I did this diet and look at my physique now. I now have a 6-pack. Okay. Or with money, a lot with the store I had, there's a lot of other little details too, but you're like, oh, 100,000 in 3 days, right? Which is definitely possible, but it takes time to get there. And we all start at different places in our life. We all start with different knowledge. We all start with different life experiences and mental beliefs. before we get into this online game. And those are the things that either stop us or help us succeed the majority of the time. It's just how we think about it, right? So when we are in this industry, we have to pick a rock, right? This is the sculpture side of life. This is day 7, day 6 inside the 67 steps where you can do sculptures and the media biased, okay, with Ty Lopez. Let's see if I can share my screen. I don't think I can share my screen. So um, we have to pick our rock, right? We're going to sculpture out our business plan, our map out our life in a way for our health, wealth, and love and happiness, right? For the whole everything in life that we want. And when we pick this rock, right, this big black piece of marble, mine is an entrepreneur rock, right? Yours could be something else. And I have to take this chisel and chip away at it every single day. For those of you guys watching in, go ahead and put in the comments where you're watching in from. I'd love to learn about how far this message reaches. This is my first time live. If you like this so far, go ahead and subscribe, comment, so we can keep this going. Okay. So I'm going to grab a big rock and I'm chip away little bits at a time. And without a realistic time frame, the majority of people quit because they're going to mess up. We all mess up. I've messed up several times. The first time I ever made $1 online, I was just on Facebook and I was making Facebook posts like, "Oh, hey, you want to make $1,000 online in a single day? Comment info." And then people would comment info, and then I would send them a link in the DMs after we talked a little bit, and then they buy a $7 item. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make money online. Oh my God." And I quit my job. Literally the next day I called in and I was like, "I'm out, dude. Peace. I got 10 grand saved. I'm out." Okay. Well, fast forward 6 months to 7 months after that, and I ended up having to go back to work because I didn't have a steady stream of traffic. Because you're going to need traffic, you need a sales video, and you need a product that people can buy. The traffic is you're going to be create followers, videos, right? You guys hear me post the damn video. Videos are huge. Okay. It's a great way to get more eyeballs and attention to your product, your service, whatever it is that you want to sell. And if you don't know what you want to sell, then that's when you go to the 15-day challenge. Okay. For anybody that wants a profitable business but doesn't know where to begin, you start with the 15 days because you'll have an entire blueprint and a business plan to start making money very, very soon. Right. With TikTok, as soon as you get to 1,000 followers, or maybe even before, if you have a good sales message, you can make money beforehand. Right. So I, on the other hand, it took me many years to figure this out because I kept trying new things instead of sticking to one thing until it worked, which was a big misconception for me. Well, I did a lot of different things because it worked so well. Like I did a TikTok channel about legal insurance, which that company made me take everything down, even though I was making sales and commissions and signing people up through TikTok, which was really cool. But that distracted me from my own business. And I was also selling cars. I had to go and sell cars for a year. I had to do a security job for about 6 months. And then I had to sell family pictures and recruit and do that for almost 6 years. Okay. And now I've been full time in the online space for about 2 years now. Okay. And we're running on my third year coming up in January. And I'm super, super blessed for it. But to give you a realistic time frame, uh, a year, a year of focus, if you're focused enough, because everything shifted for me when the COVID pandemic hit. And I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm going on unemployment because they let me." And before that, I was literally living off of credit cards. I was sending credit cards through Venmo to my fiance at the time. And then we would take that cash out to pay for rent because they wouldn't let you pay rent with a credit card. And well, so I just finagled the system a little bit and I ended up going maxed out on literally every credit card that I had to pay rent and get food and stuff. And then they were like, "Oh, hey, small business owners, we're going to give you we're going to match whatever you were making." So that was super helpful. So they started paying me like $1,200 a week. And I was like, "Hey, now it's time to go uh, head first into this online space." And that's what I did. And I've failed miserably along the way. And I've also had a lot of wins. um, along the ways too. And I still don't know everything. I'm a learning machine. I'm trying to adapt and learn. Ads are one of the next things that I'm learning now. Okay, but 1 year of absolute focus and daily action is a great time frame to really figure things out. Because in the online space, 3 to 6 months, if you have everything set up right, you can start making some decent money, a couple $1,000 a month or so, if your sales messaging is on point, which is one of the hardest things for most of us to do. Okay, and the reason these time frames are so skewed and so messed up is because of the stories that we hear, because of the ads that we see, because of the media that we are consuming. It's always either a get rich quick, or it's get lose 100 pounds in 10 days. And we kind of have this correlation when we read these things, like, oh, that's going to happen to me. And the reality is, you got to give yourself a year to basically learn new habits and develop a new skill to make money in a way that you've never made before. And that's what I found is very, very accurate across the board with multiple people, because I've helped and coached one-on-one students for 10 to 16 one-on-one coaching students this year alone. And we started getting leads and sales within months. But if you don't know how to close them, sales, you have to be able to be good on the phone if it's your own business. But if you're selling somebody else's stuff, they already have sales message that works, right? Which is a great place to start for most people. So there's skill sets that you may not have that you have to develop over the times, like sales, video speaking, email copy. That's one that I am struggling with right now, that I thought that I would be able to catch on, but man, my dyslexia comes in and I misspell some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't my first attempt either. This online space, I have attempted multiple times and have found the thing that has been steady and consistent, right? Which is making videos to get people's attention. And that's what I teach, because without that, you can't make any money at all. So the realistic time frame is really 6 months to a year of focus on one product, with making daily videos, whether they're 15 seconds, 4 seconds, or these long morning um, motivational ones that I'm doing here. Okay, so that's really going to be the time frame for the majority of people, depending on your work ethic, depending on how hard you drive, right? Go ahead and put in the comments different things that you've tried that you maybe have worked on. Hey, what's going on? StreamYard link. I have no idea what a stream. I don't know what a StreamYard link is, buddy. Where are you from? GS vlog. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate your attention. Um, And so what we got to do is we got to pick this marble rock of a direction that we want to go, and then just move slowly every single day in that direction until we sculpt the thing that we want. Okay, because it's going to take time. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging, even for somebody like me that has had great months and made good money. Sometimes I'm like, damn, dude, I really wish that I could do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is, right? I still have doubts. I still have worries. But I know that this path that I'm on, the end goal result is a way better life than the alternative, because the alternative is to work for somebody else, do something for somebody else that has goals and driven, or be the person that has the goals and is driven and tells other people what to do, and be the person that figures it out. Because the person that has the goals and knows the direction that they're going has to figure out a lot of different things through, like, they have to step into the darkness without knowing where their foot is going to land, and just be bet on themselves to win regardless of what happens and what situation comes. Those are the people that make it. The rest of everybody else, they're just going to be around to be, hey, tell me what to do. So you get to pick your path. All right, and it's going to take 6 months to a year of straight focus of making videos to one product, to one thing, in order for it to really explode. Um, and that's what I have found out. And it will change dramatically from nothing to 100K in 3 days. And that is my personal experience with it. We also launched my Video Marketing Made Easy course. And the first day we launched that one, we made 10 grand. And we're going to relaunch that again in September, which is going to be really, really cool. So I can show everybody all the little steps that I've learned over time on how to make videos and how I've grown channels and all those sorts of things with organic video. So go ahead and subscribe because you made it this far. For anybody that wants to start a profitable business online but doesn't know where to begin, go to the first link in the description, or 15days.yescolton.com. That's 15 days with an s.yescolton.com, and start the 15-day challenge. We get a blueprint from multi-millionaires who's already doing this, the same framework that I use every single day in my business as well. And you can start literally today learning the frameworks that you need in order to give the life that you want. So I love you, my friend, and I'll see you on the next one.